When you get shoved, what comes out?
Hey!
Just like a cup spills what's inside, when we're riled up or something tough happens, we spill what's inside too.
I can't believe this!
Yeah? I don't like you either. This is taking so long. But under pressure, the good stuff can come out too. Okay, that really hurt, but I'm not gonna stay mad. Hey, let me give you a hand with that. I wonder why he said that. It would be great if you could just flip a switch and suddenly only wise, kind things come out when someone irritates you or makes you mad. But it doesn't usually work that way. Instead, the more time you spend with Jesus reading and listening and praying, the more you become like Jesus on the inside. You start to become more loving, joyful, peaceful, patient, kind, good, faithful, and gentle. And over time, when something makes you mad, hey! Could you play with that somewhere else, please? You can start to respond to others with forgiveness, to show care and concern. You can start to love others like Jesus. Then God can work through you to change the world around you. That's why loving like Jesus is an amazing way to worship God with your life. It's a way to praise Him with all of your heart. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
You spoke one word and the dark became light. I believe it, yeah. You spoke my name and my heart came to life. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it. I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. You're all I need every day in my life. I believe it, yeah. You're all I need, always here by my side. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it. I wanna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. Oh, at the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it. I'm gonna sing it out. At the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it. I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing. With all of my heart I will
Ooh, it's cold. Oh, that's nice. Hi, welcome to Story Lab. This week we're taking a look at the story of a guy whose big mess-ups didn't keep Jesus from giving him a very big job. Hey, I'm Zeke.
And I'm Carter.
All month we're talking about what it looks like to live like Jesus.
Hey, is this my new hoodie?
Oh, yeah, the AC is freezing today. I knew you wouldn't mind.
Actually, I just got it, so please be careful. Food! Zeke!
What? I'm so sorry. I'll fix this. Do we have club soda? Oh, stain remover. You know, I've actually heard human saliva can work quite well.
Ew, no, stop. Dude, it is just a shirt. Plus, I have a fail-safe way to get the stain out.
Oh, an experiment. Great, I'll grab the stuff. Just tell me what you need. I can get whatever you want. I bet this will work. Here's a sponge. Where is the dish soap? That won't work. Here it is. And let's make it.
Zeke,
Yeah?
my no-fail solution is to just hand the hoodie over to my dad. He's a whiz with laundry.
Oh, so we're not doing an experiment?
Well, actually, I do have one that uses dish soap, and it'll probably come in handy at steam camp too.
Oh, wonderful. Then let's make it.
Today, we're learning about surface tension, and this soap plays a big part.
Okay, surface tension, dish soap. I'll go with it.
Step 1, cut some fish out of a craft foam and make sure the tail forms a V like this. Then, use a permanent marker to give your fish eyes, gills, and whatever else you want.
You can even add googly eyes. Well, let me know how many to make.
I'll let you make a whole school if you scale back on the puns.
Okay, this is my official last pun.
Good, because I challenge your fish to a race.
You're on. All right, fishy, it's swim time. Oh, man. This race is for the fishes.
Well, that's because we're missing one crucial ingredient.
Oh, the dish soap.
That's it. Step 2, put a little dab of soap along the edge of your fish's tail and see what happens.
Okay. You ready?
On your marks, get set, swim.
Oh, look! Oh, that was a tie! Oh, man, fantastic! How does that work?
Surface tension.
Oh, surface tension. Explain?
See, Zeke, water molecules are attracted to each other.
Oh, how sweet.
When we first put the fish in the water without soap, the water molecules formed a thin layer of skin and pulled from all sides so the fish didn't move.
What?
Let me show you. If I pull on your left arm and tug on your right arm at the same time, which way do you go?
Nowhere. I'm being pulled both ways.
Right. That's what happened to the fish. It's called surface tension.
So how does the soap help?
Well, it lowers the water's surface tension on the side that has soap. So this side of the fish no longer had water pulling on it.
Okay.
But this side did. And that tug is what made the fish swim.
Oh, brilliant! Let's race them again. Hey.
Oh yeah, now the soap has spread everywhere.
Oh, it contaminated the water.
Yeah, and the surface tension was lowered everywhere. So we'll probably have to start over with a new fish and some new water.
Well, I have lots of fish.
Actually, so does our story.
Oh.
It's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in John, the 4th book of the New Testament. John recorded stories from the life of Jesus to show that Jesus is God's son.
When Jesus lived on earth, he chose disciples to follow and learn from him. One of them was a fisherman named Simon Peter.
Now, Peter was an all-in type of guy. He got some things really right and some things really wrong. Peter was the first person to declare that Jesus is God's son. Yet minutes later, he tried to stop Jesus from following God's plan.
During the final Passover meal that Jesus ate with his friends, Peter promised to always stand up for his friend. But just hours later, after Jesus was arrested, Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times.
Soon after, Jesus gave up his life and was killed. But he returned to life on the 3rd day and appeared to his friends.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. Today we're talking about forgiveness. But before we get to Peter, I want to share something that the Apostle Paul wrote in a letter to the church in Colossians. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive, just as the Lord forgave you. And we're about to see this in a big way in Peter's story. To start off, can you imagine how awful Peter felt about denying Jesus? Even after Jesus returned to life, I'm guessing Peter's excitement was mixed with feelings of guilt, you know? Jesus was back, but none of his friends knew what would happen next, and Peter was sick of waiting around, so he announced,
I'm going out to fish.
Several of the other disciples came along, but just as on the night before Jesus first called Peter to follow him, the men caught 0 fish. Early in the morning, a man called out to them from the shore.
Friends, don't you have any fish?
No.
Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some.
Peter and his friends had nothing to lose, so they tossed their nets into the water. And suddenly, the net filled with so many fish, they couldn't drag it back in the boat. This was almost exactly what happened just before Jesus called Peter to follow him.
It is the Lord.
Peter was so excited that he didn't wait for the boat, but leaped into the water and hurried to Jesus.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught. Come and have breakfast.
Jesus gave the men bread and fish, and they ate together. When they were finished, Jesus spoke to Simon Peter. Now, I'm sure Peter was wondering if Jesus was going to be angry with him, but Jesus simply said,
Do you love me more than these others do?
Yes, Lord. You know that I love you.
Feed my lambs.
What? Where do sheep come into this? So glad you asked. See, Peter knew that Jesus had compared himself to a good shepherd. And Jesus also compared all the people who needed and followed him to sheep. So this was a word picture. Jesus wanted Peter to take care of all the people who would soon begin to follow Jesus. Jesus asked Peter again.
Simon, do you love me?
Yes, Lord. You know that I love you.
Take care of my sheep.
Okay, now if I was Peter, I'd probably be wondering, doesn't Jesus believe me? And then Jesus asked a 3rd time.
Simon, do you love me?
Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you.
Feed my sheep.
At first, Peter felt awful that Jesus had to ask him 3 times. But here's the really amazing thing. Remember how Peter had 3 times denied knowing Jesus? Now, 3 times, Jesus was showing that he trusted Peter. He was asking Peter to take care of people, just like Jesus. Then Jesus told Peter that things would not be easy for him, and in the end, Peter would even give up his life for Jesus. But still, Jesus said,
Follow me.
Despite all that Peter had done, Jesus forgave him, just as Paul wrote many years later, put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive, just as the Lord forgave you. And that is the end.
Peter must have been so relieved that Jesus forgave him.
When someone forgives you, it's like a heavy load is lifted off your shoulders.
Hey, that's a great word picture.
So, what's our part in this story?
You know, all summer we've been learning to live and love like Jesus did, right? And Jesus chose to forgive Peter. And Jesus forgives us for the wrong things we've done the moment we ask. So one of the best ways to love others like Jesus is choosing to forgive.
Yeah, so if a kid at school says something mean, you can choose to forgive instead of saying something mean back.
Or if your friend accidentally ruins a favorite toy or your favorite shirt, you can choose to forgive instead of staying mad.
I mean, even parents need forgiveness sometimes. Like my mom was going to take us to see a movie, but she got the times wrong. So we missed it.
I bet you were mad.
Oh, I was, but I knew my mom didn't do it on purpose. I love her, so I did forgive her.
Well done.
Now, choosing to forgive does not mean that you should let anybody keep hurting you. If that happens, tell a grown-up you trust. But when you forgive, it frees you from getting bitter and thinking about it all the time.
Yeah, instead, focus on how much Jesus loves us and how he forgives us all the time.
Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with me, guys, and sorry I was late.
Oh, we forgive you, right, Zeke?
Absolutely.
Aw, thank you. See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
So, here's the thing. Forgive one another.
Whether your little brother knocks down your epic block build,
Or your friend spills soda on your brand new hoodie.
yeah. Sorry.
Don't worry, bro. I forgive you.
You think your dad worked his stain magic yet?
Ooh, let's find out.
Oh,
The stain is
wow.
gone.
Your dad is a genius with whatever mystery soap he used.
Speaking of soap, let's raise some more fish.
Oh, you are on. Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab.
See you next time. 3, 2, 1. Go. Come on, come on.
Yes, I beat you. Woo!
I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Fire is hot and ice is cold.
Fire is hot and ice is cold.
I don't know, what can I say?
I don't know, what can I say?
The so-and-so show is today.
The so-and-so show is today.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh man, that was fun.
Oh man, that was fun.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, ha ha, yeah, that's funny.
Okay, yeah, I get the joke.
Okay, yeah, I get the joke.
You can stop it now.
You can stop it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you quite finished now?
Are you quite finished now? John just left and slammed the door. Hello, everyone.
No!
John, we have a show to do right now.
can't.
Okay, all right, so earlier today.
Don't say it! Don't say it!
John, we have to do the
Don't
show.
you dare! Don't you dare! No!
So, we just got back from a camp and I told a story that apparently really scared John. I didn't think it was scary, but I don't know. I don't see how we're gonna get through the rest of the show.
They could be coming back at any second, Brandon. Any second! Who knows what they're gonna take this time? Maybe it's not gonna be snacks. Maybe it's gonna be our precious
The
artifacts!
story is not real, John. I made it up.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Did you? Oh, okay. Brandon told this terrifying story. It's about a group of animal thieves, and it's the most terrifying animal ever. Squirrel? Ah! Did they come? Are we safe? Are all our artifacts safe?
John, this is getting ridiculous. You can't possibly be scared.
You can't be the judge of my internal emotional life!
It's not a scary story. I'll prove it. I'll tell them.
No.
I will, yes, I will. It was a bright and sunny day.
You see, it's terrifying!
It's not even a dark and stormy night.
Exactly! It would be so much better if it was a dark and stormy night. Squirrels that feel like they could strike in broad daylight? What are they not capable of?
Okay, here's the story. It was a bright and sunny day. Mortimer and Sebastian, a pair of squirrel bandits, were looking for their next big heist. They laid their eyes on a cabin of unsuspecting campers who had left their laundry on the floor and had snuck snacks in their bags. The squirrels waited until the campers left and then they made their move. They took every sugary snack and every sock left on the floor. It's just a silly story to remind campers to pick up their laundry and not bring food into the cabin. That's it. Oh, They're adorable. What is going on now?
Shh! I think I hear something.
John, we have got to get on with the show.
Why did you tell me that terrifying
You
story?
have got to get over this unreasonable fear of squirrels.
Unreasonable fear of squirrels?
Yes.
Unreasonable fear of... Shh! I hear something. Oh, they're coming! Lenny! Okay, the thing about squirrels is they can be anywhere. Anywhere, I tell you. There could be one right there. There could be one right...
Hey, John.
Ow!
Oh, no, John, it's me. I was trying to help you overcome your fear. Hey, John, can you let me in, please?
No, not yet. They're coming. The bandits are coming.
No, John.
No.
It was me.
No, don't worry. Everything is safe. Brandon?
It was me. I was wearing a squirrel mask.
Why are you trying to terrify
I
me?
was trying to help you overcome your fear.
Well, it did not work.
Well, look, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not going to forgive you.
What have you done with everything on the set?
I took everything and threw it in a safe and threw away the key.
John!
Well, you're welcome. So,
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, Kellen.
Oh, whoa. That set looks really sparse.
yeah, I'm protecting it from squirrel bandits.
Squirrel bandits?
Squirrels are terrifying.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not! Why don't I tell today's Bible story?
Does it involve squirrels?
No.
Then take it away.
Okay. Our Bible story today comes from the book of John. Now, John wrote about Jesus and one of Jesus' disciples named Peter. But before we get into our story, I want to read a verse that comes from the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 13. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you're holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. So it sounds like forgiveness is a really important thing. But if you've ever been hurt or angry at someone for something they've done, you know that forgiveness can be a really hard thing to do. I think that's one of the reasons Jesus showed us how to forgive when he was here.
And we'll hear about that forgiveness firsthand as we go behind the Bible.
All right, then let's go.
Jesus had gathered with his disciples to celebrate Passover, a traditional supper they would share with one another. But what the disciples didn't know was that this would be their last supper with Jesus.
Sometimes when we were with Jesus, he said things we didn't understand. That night at Passover, he said he was going somewhere we couldn't follow. I didn't know where he meant, but I was sure that I could go with him. I said, I will give my life for you. And Jesus was like, would you really? And this part he made very clear. He said, before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you don't know me. I was thinking, no way. There's no way.
When Jesus told Peter that Peter would deny knowing him, I'm sure Peter had a hard time believing it. Because in his mind, he would never hurt his friend and teacher like that. And that's true for a lot of us. We don't plan in advance to hurt people that we care about. But sometimes, when we get caught up in the moment, we do and we say things that we wish we could take back.
And that's what happened to Peter. After dinner, Jesus was betrayed by his disciple Judas, and he was placed under arrest. Many of Jesus' disciples ran away, but Peter and another disciple followed after the soldiers into the courtyard of the high priest, where Jesus was being questioned.
We were in the courtyard. It was cold, and I remember there was a fire. Jesus was with the high priest, and me and Peter were just trying to lay low. After what had just happened, we were scared. Someone asked Peter if he was Jesus' disciple, and he said no. And then someone else asked him again, and he said no again. We all heard at supper what Jesus said. That Peter would say he didn't know Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed. And then it happened. A third person asked Peter if he knew Jesus, and he said no. And then
the rooster crowed.
Many of you know what happened next in the story. Jesus was sentenced to death and died on a cross. But then, 3 days later, Jesus came back from the dead. His disciples were amazed.
But Peter still remembered the 3 times he had denied knowing Jesus. Some time later, Peter and some other disciples were out on a boat fishing when they saw a man standing on the distant shore.
we'd been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything. And we see this guy on the shore and he's like, "Friends, don't you have any fish?" We're like, "No." So he says, "Throw your nets on the other side." It sounded a little unusual, but we did it. And it worked. We caught so many fish, the net was so heavy. And that's when I knew who the person on the beach was. It was Jesus.
When John told me it was Jesus, I jumped into the water and just swam to shore. I had to see Jesus. The others followed after me in the boat, and when they got to shore with 153 fish we'd caught, we had breakfast with Jesus. After that, Jesus took me aside from the others.
I know Peter must have felt bad about what had happened, about denying Jesus. And when Jesus walked away with him, I wondered what they were talking about. I could tell from Peter's face Jesus was saying something important.
So, Jesus asked me if I loved him, and I said, "Yes, you know I do." And then he said, "Feed my lambs." And then he asked me again if I loved him, and I said, "Yes, you know I love you." Jesus told me to take care of his sheep. Then one more time, Jesus asked, "Do you love me?" And I felt bad. I had denied knowing him 3 times. He asked me if I loved him 3 times. I said, "Lord, you know everything. You know I love you." And he said, "Feed my sheep." And I don't know if it came to me in the moment or if I realized later on, but when Jesus told me to take care of his sheep, he wasn't talking about actual sheep. He meant the people who followed him. He was telling me to take care of those people. And he trusted me to do that. That's how I knew he'd forgiven me.
Soon after, Jesus would ascend to heaven, and Peter would lead the early church as they spread the good news about Jesus' love and forgiveness to the world. This has been Behind the Bible.
Peter felt what it was like to be forgiven by Jesus. When Jesus died on the cross for the sins of the world, Jesus gave us the ultimate example of forgiveness. And if we want to live and love like Jesus, we should choose to forgive. Let's see that verse from Colossians one more time. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding something against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. Back to you guys.
Wow. I mean, I can't believe Peter pretended not to know Jesus.
Yeah, it must have been hard for Jesus to forgive Peter.
Yeah. Why is it so hard to forgive?
Oh, no. Hey, let's ask them. Reveal the question. Oh, what makes it hard to forgive?
Ooh, you know what? Maybe you're worried you'll be hurt again if you forgive someone and it's easier to just stay mad.
Yeah, it could be that you think if you forgive someone, it feels like saying what they did was okay.
Oh, that's true. But just because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you approve of what they did.
Yeah, you can forgive someone, but it sometimes means they have to earn your trust back, and that's okay.
Well, you know, maybe you have a fear of a small animal that the general public considers cute and adorable, and your friend tells a story that maybe some people would think is funny, but it terrifies you, and he doesn't really listen, and it hurts you deep down, and when he apologizes, you're too hurt to forgive him.
Yeah. I can see how that might be hard. Look, I really am sorry that I kept going with the squirrel stuff. Even after you told me you were afraid, I should have listened to you.
I forgive you. Hey, you know, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, it does. It feels good to forgive, and it feels good to be forgiven.
Yeah, but it can be hard.
Yeah, so talk about it with each other. What makes it hard to forgive?
Yeah, we'll see you next time on the So and So Show.
Hey, where did you put the key?
Can you help me look for it? I like people who are nice.
I like people who are nice.
And I like baked potatoes twice.
I like baked potatoes twice.
Rolling chairs are made of wood.
Rolling chairs are made of wood.
I want food that tastes good.
I want food that tastes good.
I'm a silly dodo bird. I said, I'm a silly dodo bird. Now I guess it's over.
Now I guess it's over.